Hello and welcome back to 50 Years of Chess. My name is Robert Radford, and I'm doing a series of videos to share with the public for people to look at, to either like, dislike, whatever. But it's not to show how good I am as a chess player or any stupid thing like that, but it's just to share my experiences as a chess player over 50 years and all the opponents I met and the games we played. And even though I'm showing games I won, many of these people who I've beaten I also lost to. So, and some more than I won. So it's nothing, I'm not on an ego trip or anything like that. I did this because my son particularly asked me to do something that would keep the games alive, so to speak, rather than just let them all be stuck in a cupboard in a drawer somewhere and never seen or heard again by from anyone. So I just want to do this. I'm sure that there are people out there who are keen to learn chess, keen to get involved in chess, and I want to encourage others who have done what I've done, played chess for a long time, to maybe add their games also to YouTube and let other people look at their games, admire and criticize, to do anything they want, but just let them see your games. Enjoy their games, because chess is a great game. It's something that's to be shared. And so here we go with the next game, which is a game that I played back in 1994 against a player called Jonathan Calverley. Now, Jonathan had a brother also, Mark, I believe, or a relative named Mark, and they both played in the league around that time, and they were both good. I think Mark was more playing for Clevedon, I'm not sure. But they were both good players, very good players. I don't know whether they still play now, but they were good and they were nice people as well to meet. So without further ado, we will get into the game. I'm playing black here, so my opponent began with d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, knight c3, swap on d4, d5, knight takes, and we're into the Grunfeld opening. A hyper-modern game where black strikes at the middle from a distance mostly until it starts getting a bit juicy later on. So let's continue. I've enchateaued the bishop, which is the key to this whole defense for black, to put pressure on this D and C pawn on the A1, H8 diagonal. There we go. Knight c6, and this is where we're at now. Again, the knight is now playing 3 times now. Pawn, bishop, knight and queen 4 times against a piece that is defended just twice, 3 times. Pawn, knight and queen, that's correct. So he moved the pawn on and I moved into knight e5, but did you see what I did wrong there? Let's go back. I could have took that pawn on c3. Why didn't I do it? Good question. I missed it. I simply had a chess blindness and just didn't see it. Bishop takes pawn would have been so good for me, but anyway, I never did it, did I? So I went knight e5, bishop came out check on b5, defended with the bishop, castled, I castled, and bishop f4. So he's applying pressure on my knight on e5 with his bishop and knight, and I'm only defending it with a bishop. So by playing bishop g4, which is a good move, I think, because it's pinning the knight and it's also stopping these 2 pieces from attacking one piece that's only defended by 1 piece. So he brought the bishop back. So already this is good for me because I'm now making him defend. I took the knight, he retook the bishop, and then I brought my queen up 1 square to allow the rooks to be connected. He now put his bishop on a better square. He doesn't want it and let it go for a knight. And I'm also advancing my A pawn to start a pawn chain going on that side. He's now attacking the pawn on c5. I'm defending it with the queen. By moving the bishop back, it allows him to play f4. Moves my knight off of e5 back to d7. c4. Now, as you can see from this situation, he stands better. Let's have a quick look and see what it says. There. We can see that Jonathan stands at 1.4 on the stockfish, as being in a better position than myself at the moment. But 1.4 is not winning for him, but he's got the advantage. So as we continue, knight f6, I've rerouted my knight to its best square at the moment, and he's brought his queen up to connect his rooks and defend the pawn on e4. He's pushing on, attacking my knight, but I'm not doing anything about that until I've exchanged pawns here, and then I can take the pawn on d5. Yes, he can take with the queen, but then when I play a rook hitting the queen, I also win the bishop after he moves the queen. So he knows this, and he didn't take the knight, but instead played rook f to c1, attacking another pawn on c5. I defended the knight with e6. Then he took the pawn, avoided the queen swap. He's trying to get the queens off here, because even though we're even, it would probably be better if he can get one rook already advanced up the board. So with that check, he again trying to get the queens off, and I refuse, and then he brings his queen in to d4. This is to prevent me from moving my knight, because unless it's to b6, which I won't do because you just take it. He can then go queen takes queen, which is unprotected. So I made sure that I played rook to c8, and he brought his bishop out to b4. And so I went into queen a4, attacking the bishop twice with knight and bishop, and he's defending it twice. So at the moment, his bishop is safe. He protects it though with a3, and I play rook takes rook, and I played a5. Now, even though the bishop's pinned, I mean, he's only got to move the bishop up or at one square, and it wouldn't make no difference. But what he does is quite clever. He plays the bishop back to d1, and I've got to move my queen. So I moved it back one square, and then he got what he wanted to do in the beginning, which is why he played the bishop out to b4, which is to get it into e6. And it's very strong there, but it proves to be his downfall later in the game. So there you are. I've just let you know something. So I played rook. Sorry, go back. He played bishop e6. That's correct. I played rook to d8. Now I'm threatening rook takes bishop. He can't retake because the bishop takes queen check. So he has to move his queen, which he does, to c4. I move it back one square check, and again he's trying to swap the queens off. But then I come out with a move that is now about to just destroy his whole game. He still has the problem of rook takes bishop. Can you see why? I'll give you a moment to look at it. Okay, let's have a look. Rook takes bishop. Can't take with the queen because it's pinned against his king. So he has to take with the pawn. And then you can see by the arrow, my next move. I love this combination. When I put this combination together, I saw it in my mind, and I thought, yeah, this wins the game, so let's do it. He should have just played queen takes bishop and queen takes bishop check, but he still lost against my queen and knight. But he just moved the king, and I took the bishop. I think he was in a bit of shock at what had just happened, how the game had just turned so quickly and so easily in my favour. So at this point, he just pushed the pawn open. He can't even push the pawn on because queen takes, then he'd take the bishop. But I didn't need to do that. I just played bishop back to e7, covering that d8 square. And Jonathan resigned. And that was the end of the game. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this game, especially that really nice combination I played at the end there. I'm sure some people would have saw it, and maybe others would not, depending on your understanding of chess at what level you're at. But whether you're a beginner or not, you can learn to do these things if you can just see it in your mind's eye. Train yourself to look out for these things, these opportunities when they come along, when they arise. How you can just play one move or a plan that can bring about that sequence of moves that will bring you that combination that will win you your game. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.